Yo, 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 everybody, what's up, what's up? It's the day, baby. Scream 7, the trailer has dropped. I am over the moon. One might say I'm on fire. I'm so excited. Just like Stu's house. Oh, man. What a trailer. What a good time to be alive, baby. There's some really fun stuff in there, and I'm really excited to break it down with you guys. If you're watching this on replay, make sure to like the stream, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It helps out the page quite a bit. Helps us continue to do all this crazy-ish. But anyways, let's get into it. Guys, I want to hear your thoughts on the trailer. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm hearing a lot of people say some negative things, too, which is interesting. It feels like there's a lot of opinions on both sides of the coin, which I think is interesting. For me, my thoughts on the thing, and if you haven't seen my video yet, I'll just kind of run through it very quickly. A lot of the things I was worried about with Scream 7 were handled in the trailer. Like, there is something in the trailer where I'm like, thank God that's in there. Oh, that's in there too? Oh my God. Like, just all these things that I'm overwhelmed with that right now. Cause I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God they handled it this way and not that way. I'm still, I still have my criticisms of, I wish they would have kept doing, some kind of different story. I don't know if we needed a Sydney movie right now, but I'll take it. I will, I'll take what we can get. What's the best case scenario with the Sydney story? I think this might be it. So I am excited. I am excited for Scream 7, and I'm happy they're handling it in a way that isn't just exactly like the old movies. Because if that was the case, I don't think it would work. You can't chase Sydney around with a knife anymore. It's not going to be scary. We know we're not going to kill that character. That's never going to happen. So why would we chase her around with a knife? I don't know. So that I'm glad that we're handling it in a very specific way, very handled with care. And being careful about how to do it in the right way. And I don't know. I'm happy with the trailer we got today. I think some people are just saying what we were expecting is that it just kind of looks like a rehash of the old movies. Definitely something I'm still worried about. Maybe my only real big concern. But overall, I'm loving what I'm seeing in terms of, hey, this is the new Sydney story. Here we go. This is what it looks like. In that case, in that field, I'm happy. I think this looks cool. But let's break it down. Let's see what your guys' thoughts are. Jacob is telling me to change the thumbnail. I did. We were originally going to talk about Scream 7 trailer predictions today. I not only changed the title of this stream, but I also changed the thumbnail. So of course we got to talk about Stu because there's so much Stu stuff in there. Come on now. We're going to get into that, Jacob. No worries. We changed it. We made it happen. Ironhide 1605 is saying, yes, sir, the trailer is out. Thank you for being with us today. Appreciate you a ton. What a trailer, baby. I'm over the moon. I'm on fire. Chris Schober is saying, hey, Jake, the Scream 7 official trailer is out now. Oh, you know it, Chris. I broke it down in a brand new video and everything. We're even going to do that live on stream right now. Corey Pendragon? I love that last name. What's up, Corey? How we doing? Corey Cunningham in the house, baby. Can't wait for the reaction. The trailer was amazing. I loved it, man. I'm really excited for this opening scene, burning down Stu's house, and it's an Airbnb that's, kind of celebrating true crime. Like, that's kind of messed up, right? Like, I've talked about this quite a bit on the page about how I'm really not a fan of Ryan Murphy's Monster series. Big thing about it is, like, it's making these killers seem like they're fun fictional characters when they're not. They're real people who really killed people. And in the Scream universe, that's how they probably look at Billy Loomis and Stu Macher, Roman Bridger, all these real life killers to them. And yet they're celebrated by the Stab movie series. I think that's probably what we're getting ourselves into. And I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. I think that's interesting. So lots to love here, man. And I don't know. I'm over the moon with it. I see some of our channel members hanging out with us. Thank you for being here. Erica, Fallon Vamp. We got Kelly Stroh-Snyder, Ashley. Sorry, not Allie. Ashley S. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Raishai Guy is there. Houghton, what's your favorite scary movie? Is saying, I thought it was a very good trailer as well. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Felt very old school with some modernization, says Raishai Guy. I agree. Kind of one of my big things about it that I liked. David DeChico is saying, thank goodness it didn't show any flannel shirts. That's so true. David, thank you for the $2. I totally agree. I feel like we didn't see the killer, whoever they are in the trailer. After getting, I've been really saying to myself, I'm like, dude, McKenna Grace, there's something going on with her. There's no way. She's way too... She's played too many characters in other movies that could fit the Ghostface vibe. It's like, if she's not Ghostface, I'd be shocked. Seeing her very briefly in this trailer, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I'm not really suspicious of that character anymore. I'm getting more of like Tatum from the original vibes from that character now. Just from, again, this is a first glance kind of theory, but that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting. I think she's going to be just playing like a friend character, not so much a killer character now. I'm definitely still thinking that Leslie Mocker is our killer, though. Anna Camp running around being Stu's sister, angry about, Nev, Sidney Prescott killing her brother, and this isn't the way, life was supposed to go, that kind of thing. Also, her, son just died, so maybe that's the thing that, pushed her into deciding to go and kill, That could be the reason why it's been 30 years, and she's been planning this since the events of Scream 5. That would actually be kind of interesting to me. I'm still not crazy about the whole, family thing, but if we're gonna go that route, this could be an interesting way to do it. We're making a lot of compromises with Scream 7, that's for sure. And I'm compromising a lot of the things that I would love to see in this franchise, because it's clearly not. This movie is going to be a lot of nostalgia. It's going to be a lot. That's still apparent from the trailer, from pretty much everything we know about this flick. A lot of this is going to be nostalgia focused, and I think it just depends on how much we're diving into that. Hopefully, not too much. Hopefully just a little bit. Hopefully just a little bit, right? But yeah, I don't think we have seen our killer on screen yet. Anna Camp was not in the trailer, so I definitely think it's her, though. Without a doubt, I'm calling it. It's Stu's sister, and that's the connection to the original, because come on now. From the trailer, it's got to be that, without a doubt. But David, thank you for the $2. Greatly appreciate you. About 17 ninjas, maybe 17 of them. 18, I don't know. 6 or 7. God, that joke sucks. About 17 ninjas is saying, yo, what's up? How you doing? Cantavius Robinson, what a name. How are you, my friend? I feel in love with the trailer. Scream 7 looks elite. I feel it. Elite is the word that I'm going with too. I love that. We got Slashathon saying Stu is finally back. Maybe. Lots of hints towards Stu, baby. Lots of hints that it could be Stu. I said in my video, I feel like it's a little too obvious that it's Stu. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a little too obvious that it's that it's going to be Stu at the end. I think they're going to tease that with the marketing all the way until this movie comes out, just like how they did with Scream 6. And that's kind of why I think that that's kind of why I don't think it's going to be Stu. I feel like they're making it too obvious that Stu is a big part of this. We're at Stu's house to kick this thing off. We don't see the body white line around in the house, who he's the only other Ghostface killer to have died there. I mean, man, there's just so much. There's so much in there that's pointing towards Stu, and it's like, I don't think they would make it that obvious if that was the route they were going to go in the trailer. We even hear his voice at the end. We hear Dewey's voice too in the middle of the trailer, which is sick, which kind of makes me sad, because I think all the characters who are coming back, they're just going to be in here to be AI voices. I'm really starting to think that might be the case, and that might be another negative to add to the list, unfortunately. But we'll see. Well, again, just speculation for now. Jonathan is throwing $10 out there. Jonathan, thank you for your support, my friend. You don't really think they will make Stu's sister the killer, do I? Wouldn't that be way too bold and the most obvious? I really hope we get a good twist. Maybe a throwback scene, Maureen Prescott Facebook scene. What do you mean by FB? Hang on. Flashback. Got you. I was like, Maureen Prescott's on Facebook? What's going on here? What's happening? No, I'm messing with you. Yeah, I really want to see some flashbacks. I think that would be really fun. That would be the best use of these characters. And here's what I'll say to my Stu fans out there, because I know I got a lot of them out there who want to see Stu come back to life. Matthew Lillard has been cast in this film. That was a big headline we read earlier this year. And here's what I'll say. If we don't see Stu Macher on screen in this flick, I'm going to be furious. And I don't even want to see him alive. But dude, you can't announce Matthew Lillard's in the film, David Arquette's in the film, Scott Foley is in the film, and then not have him show up. Like, you're telling me we're going to announce them as cast members and then they're just voices? That sucks. They didn't do that for Scream 5 when Drew Barrymore was just a voice. They didn't do that for Scream 5 when Randy, Jamie Kennedy, Stu Macher is in that movie, Matthew Lillard. They did that for that film, and they were just voice lines pretty much. Or if Matthew Lillard, the full extent of his addition to Scream 5 was he was also in the Ghostface mask for the Stab 2022 parody or whatever, which was fun. But here's my thing. Like, you can't do that. You can't trick us like that. That sucks. That's going to put a real nasty taste in my mouth. And I guess maybe that's the marketing team's fault. That's the people who are letting these updates get out about that. That kind of blows. But I'll be pretty mad if they announced all that at the top of the year and then we don't see them on screen somehow. I think this would be the preferable way to get that, some sort of throwback, flashback, whatever. But here's what I'll say. I'm heavily speculating it's probably Stu's sister based on what we saw in the trailer, because that would still kind of be a misdirection. I still don't love it though, Jonathan. I'll tell you that. I don't love the whole it's a family connection again. We've done that far too many times in this franchise. But it is very Scream to do it as well, which is why I'm like, okay, I'm kind of just expecting it at this point. I don't see Scream taking that big of a swing, unfortunately. I would love for them to do it. We've been talking, a big theory that we've been talking about on the page lately is we're going back to Sidney Prescott, and a lot of people are going to come into this movie saying, why Sidney again? You know what I mean? Why is Sidney the focus? And it would be kind of cool if we had a meta reason to do it. Like, let's say there's a ghost face out there who's like, Sidney Prescott is like this I want to say, like, white whale is the term that comes to mind. You know what I mean? Like this thing that's impossible to catch and take down. That's how Ghostface views Sidney in their mind, which is messed up and horrible. But I think what's great about it, why it could be a great motive, is that it would be so meta, in the sense that, you know, you as the audience are asking, why are we focusing on Sidney again? And Ghostface gives you a ridiculous, petty reason. Just because I want to be the Ghostface to take down Sidney Prescott. So many others before me couldn't do it. I want to be the one that actually puts the knife through her chest. Something awful like that. That could be so interesting to me, and I think that would have been a great motive, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's that. We got a few lines from Ghostface herself. See what I did there? That tells me it's somebody from Woodsboro, from the past once again. I don't think we need to do this to tell a Sidney story, but I'm open-minded. I'm staying open-minded to it, and we'll see what ultimately shakes out. I think a lot of these things do come down to execution. Something that I've really learned as I see more and more movies is that any idea can be done right if with the proper execution. So I'm going to stay optimistic for now. I'm liking what I'm seeing in the trailer, and if it is Stu's sister, hey, rock on, baby. Maybe this is actually solid. I like Jill Roberts. She's probably my favorite Ghostface killer, and she's also a family connection thing. It doesn't completely focus on that though. There's a way that you can do the family Ghostface thing without it just being all about, hey, I'm an evil family member. So there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way, baby. That's what I'll say. But Jonathan, thank you so much for the $10. I hope that you like Scream 7 when this bad boy comes out in February. Thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting the page. Talking Star Wars, throwing 2 out there. Thank you. McKenna is my top choice for Ghostface. You know, I can't argue with that though. From the trailer, I'm a little off that scent, I'll be honest, because I'm seeing that she's clearly like just a friend group character. I could see her being a big like showcase kill, like a CC Cooper death in Scream 2. I think that's where my mind is, but I don't disagree with this though, dude. I feel like she is absolutely still a candidate for being our Ghostface in the new flick. Biggest thing about this, man, is she's somebody that, as the casting director for this film literally said, fits the mold of what Ghostface, what they look for in an actor to portray Ghostface. She has before in the past played very similar roles where one was, you know, deceitful and evil, and the other one much more wholesome. I brought this up before in a big video talking about McKenna Grace's character, where I brought up the movie Gifted and Bad Seed. So sorry, everybody. Indigestion is a crazy thing. These movies are incredibly similar. They both star McKenna Grace, and they came out like a 1 year apart, essentially. Super similar flicks in the sense that you follow a young McKenna Grace who is very gifted, very talented in what she's doing. She's a very like intelligent young lady, up and comer, like gonna do some great things one day. In one movie, Gifted, you know, it's a really wholesome family movie, which has some, you know, there's a little bit of turbulence in the middle, but it's a tearjerker. It'll make you cry. You're like, oh, I love these characters, and everything's great and everything's fun. But then there's Bad Seed. And it basically McKenna Grace is Ghostface in this movie. She's this like well-respected student who ends up maybe killing a classmate. And the whole thing is about her father being like, oh my God, did my daughter kill somebody? Jeez, this is crazy. So for me, if I'm the casting director of Scream 7 and I'm looking for a female Ghostface, I'm looking at McKenna. I'm like, McKenna Grace would pull this off with grace, just like her last name would suggest. So I can't argue with that at all. I think McKenna could absolutely be Ghostface still, maybe with a brand new motive even. So that would make Talking Star Wars happy, and Jonathan here. Make a lot of people happy. We love to see it. But guys, thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. I don't think it's not a bad theory by any means, dude. Not a bad theory. We got some folks hanging out with us too. I love all the stew truthers, baby. Listen, keep the stew train rolling, okay? Keep it rolling. I don't want to throw you off. I don't think it's going to happen, but listen, there's a lot of hope, there's a lot of love for Mr. Stew right now, and he is easily one of the best ghost faces, so I can't hate on that at all. We got Mad Mardigan saying, "It's Stew. This has Halloween vibes, especially with the insane asylum rumors." So you think they're going to handle it like Michael Myers in like Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills kind of vibes, where it's an older, like more rugged version of a previous character coming back and killing people? That could be the case. I'm not going to be totally, I'm not ruling it out. I may not want it to happen, but like in terms of what's actually happening here, they are teasing a lot of Stew stuff, man. And Matthew Lillard is a cast member, so it's a possibility. Again, I'm not really crazy about the theory, but I do love Stew, and he is part of the cast. So it is a possibility where we stand right now. I'm speculating. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm actually, after the trailer, I'm leaning much farther away from thinking it's going to happen, because I think they're making it too obvious. Just like how they did with Scream 6. It's the same thing, man. They did a ton of things before Scream 6 came out to say like, oh my God, Stew's alive, guys, and then, well, that never happened. Felix the Fandom is saying, "I hope Ghostface uses other weapons rather than a knife." I agree. Listen, knife kills, kind of boring to me, but I will say, pretty fun to have that little roll around pointing the knife up. Michelle Randolph's character falls onto. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. My jaw dropped when I saw that. I'm just like, what are you talking about? That's insanity, man. Love that. Love that. Love that. Joe Bamba saying, "Looks lazy so far and going through the motions." Joe's not crazy about this one. Totally fair. I will say, I think a lot of what we saw feels very typical Scream. Feels like I think it's wearing the mask of a Return the Form, but I think it's going to try to do some new things throughout. That's my guess. That's the vibe that I'm getting from the trailer, is that they're presenting itself like this very typical Return to Form movie that actually ends up going to different places. The big thing for me with that, why that's where my head is because the tone is so much darker, like even darker than Scream 6, which I think is probably our darkest film in the franchise yet in terms of tone. And I'm loving that. I'm kind of, think about it. Most of our shots are at nighttime or in these really like secluded locations. I love that though. Again, we're only getting a taste of it from this like less than 2-minute trailer, if I'm not mistaken, but, I could be totally wrong, but it's giving me a totally different vibe than the original Scream movies. And I think that if this was a Return to Form, you would see much brighter shots, much more of, the entire town being part of the madness, where this feels much more like a more contained story. Again, just I'm getting some different vibes from it, even though I can see the going through the motions energy, Joe. That's what I'll say. So I'm sorry you weren't crazy about it. Maybe we'll get some more trailers and teasers, posters, pictures, whatever, that give you some more faith in the film. We'll see. Jonathan Exler, thank you for being a channel member. If Stu is alive, it needs to be because his sister has been hiding him. Stu's been living in a basement for 30 years. Stu is no mastermind. She's in charge here, and he's like a hurt, angry puppy. I could see that. That's honestly, I think that's my biggest problem with the whole Stu being alive thing, is I just don't see him like leading a cult. That's just so not that character. He was he was kind of the punching bag. He was the guy that was being dragged along through this madness, but still doing that. Probably still has that killer energy inside of him, but is no leader. He's not a leader, and he's a flawed character, but that's kind of what I love about him. He's still very goofy and over the top. So I love the guy. He cracks me up. But I hope we get to see him on screen here. I don't want to see him alive. I want to have a new murder mystery, man. It's what I love about Scream. It's trying to figure out who the killer is this time. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that energy. And maybe we're totally wrong. I'm speculating that it's, Anna Camp playing Stu's sister, but I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm right about that at all. So I want to be able to kind of just sit down, watch this movie, try to figure it out, go through all the different characters, and be surprised by the end. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't think it will be a shock that you could set up throughout the first 2 acts to then have him be revealed in the third. You just wouldn't get that if it was any previous killer. It's not even just that it's Stu. It's just bringing back a dead killer from a previous movie. I just don't think that would work. Talking Star Wars is throwing another 5 out there. Talking Star Wars, thank you so much. You're talking Scream today, baby. Is that modern censored Ghostface real? Oh, is the motion? I read that wrong. Is the motion censored Ghostface real or 2 killers? That's a really good question. That would be kind of sick if it was, though, wouldn't it? What I'll say is when we see Michelle Randolph getting, oh, wait a minute. Dude, wait, talking Star Wars, you might be right. During the beginning of the trailer, I just thought about this. So if you watch in the trailer, there's definitely scenes in like Stu's attic, which we saw very briefly in the very beginning of not the beginning, sorry, in the third act of the original Scream. So we're up. I think Jimmy Tatro somehow runs up into the attic while we have Michelle Randolph's character getting attacked by another Ghostface in the foyer. You know, with the chandelier and all that. She's swinging around like she's Sia or some shit. I love it. So I think that may be two Ghostfaces. That would actually be kind of sick. It might be a little campy if Ghostface is standing there pretending to be a motion. Motion, what's the word? Motion sensor? Yeah, motion sensor Ghostface, an animatronic. There we go. Spirit Halloween has these things. Maybe that's the case. That could be kind of cool. I'd be into a little campy, goofy scene like that. We'll see what's up. But talking Star Wars, thank you for the 5. We might get two Ghostfaces running after our opening victims. That could actually be kind of sick. Gory B Movie is hanging out with us. What's up, Gory B? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Gory B Movie and I are going to do a stream at some point. Really excited for that. I sent her a message about it the other day. King Bull is saying, did you guys notice the height difference in the trailer? There is definitely two ghost faces. The one in the house is shorter than the one on the street is much taller. Hey, that could be the case. You never know. Sometimes they do actually have the actors and actresses run around in the mask. Not all the time, but for some scenes they'll do that. So that could be the case. If there's a height difference, then yeah, there we go. I'm definitely speculating multiple ghost faces without a doubt. Ghostface is saying, sup Jake, can we just agree that the motion detected animatronic, oh man, everyone's on this. Okay, I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, maybe the motion animatronic one. That's something there. That could be cool. I'm into it. I'm into that being the case. That'd be a lot of fun. Hayden's hanging out with us too. I couldn't wait to hear your thoughts, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Well, we're gonna have to talk Scream 7 sometime soon, dude. I know you're excited for it as well. Thank you for being with us. Kelly Stroh Snyder is saying, what if it's a cliffhanger where Ghostface gets away and isn't revealed in this one? I'm so on the fence with this idea because I think it is such an interesting idea. It's a cool idea for sure, doing a cliffhanger across 2 movies. And we already know that part 8 is seemingly in the works. They're going to try to go into filming for this one sometime at the top of next year, like pretty much once 7 releases according to Production Weekly. But, my big thing about this is I wouldn't want it to be like somebody in the cast then. Or somebody who is like too off. Like, what if we all have it figured out? And then we gotta wait like a whole nother like 2 years or something to get the reveal. I think part of the fun of Scream is that, you're trying to figure it out in this short amount of time, and then you get the answer just like that. Honestly, I feel like if you showed somebody the first 2 acts of Scream, you gave them like 3 months to think about it, and then they watched the rest of it, they'd probably have the whole thing figured out. That's what the problem is for me with a cliffhanger, is that I feel like most of us would just have it figured out by the time we got to what would essentially be part 2 of the same movie, right? So I think to do a cliffhanger in Scream, you got to resolve the current story, but then there's another unexpected element that we didn't see coming. Like maybe there was a third Ghostface, let's say, just for instance. 2 of them get revealed, Sidney Prescott and her daughter take them down, and then we find out somebody else was a part of this the whole time. Maybe it's Stu Macher who's still alive, but point being, I think like it's got to be some other element that hasn't been present in some of the other films before to render a cliffhanger, right? That to me would be the way to go with it, because I think going back to Scream 4, which wanted to do a cliffhanger just real quick, that's a movie where we were gonna have Jill survive. And everyone, we as the audience knows that she's Ghostface, but she was gonna get away with murder. That's crazy. What? I would have loved that. Would have been fun. You know what I mean? It's the dramatic irony there is the fact that the world doesn't know she's Ghostface, but we do. That could be a fun way to play it, where it's like the spin, the different angle. But I don't know if the opposite would work, because again, I feel like make someone watch any of the first 2 acts of these movies and give them time to think about it. They'll have the whole thing figured out by the time they return and actually watch part 3. Erica's throwing $2 out there saying only 5 more super chats to go. Hey, Erica, appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Halfway, baby. Thank you. Means a lot. JR's hitting on this as well, saying I would only like a cliffhanger if the movies were about 6 months apart. It would suck to have to wait years, right? Like, I think that would be another thing too. I feel like we'd get it. Someone would have it figured out on the internet, dude. with how Scream obsessed we all are, someone would have it figured out, the whole thing. Jordan Curley's also hanging out with us saying, hey Jake, I have an update on my mom's situation. She's coming home on Monday. That's the plan anyways. Let's go, Jordan. Hey, so much love to you, my dude. So much love to your mom, and I wish you both nothing but good health. That's really good to hear. And let us know. We'll be live again on Monday. Or actually we won't be live on Monday, but I'll have a video or something that day go up. Let me know. Give me another update. I want to make sure that everything happens safely and well, and everyone's good. Everyone's at home. So thank you, Jordan. Thank you for the love. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the update. Vince Calvo is saying, what do you think? Who do you think will be Ghostface based on the cast? I can't read, Vince. I'm so sorry. I'm really trying to keep up with this, but reading, it's not my strong suit. Vince, I'm heavily speculating it is 100% going to be Anna Camp. I feel like she kind of has a similar look to Matthew Lillard. I could totally see that being, Leslie Mocker, the sister. From what we know of what was going to be the original version of Scream 7 that would have followed the Carpenter sisters, it seemed like we were going down that route of making this character a killer in some way, shape, or form. So my guess is we're probably going to get some sort of Leslie Mocker killer. It's some connection to the past, and maybe that even works a little better with Sidney Prescott, even though I am going to miss the Carpenter sisters quite a bit. I loved them in 5 and 6. Hot take, I guess, but I thought they were great new characters. They were really fun, and they especially shined in Scream 6, in my opinion. I think they had them a little more figured out, where I think they just had a little bit of a rough start when it came to Scream 5. I don't know if they had the characters totally figured out until part 6. But I think Leslie Mocker works better. If you're going to do that as your Ghostface, I think that just works a little better with Sidney Prescott being the focus anyways. So I don't know, maybe this actually does work. Maybe this thing rocks, and we'll see. I'm staying open-minded to it, but I really, especially after this trailer, man, I'm like, it's something to do with the past, and clearly there's a focus on Stu. There's a big magnifying glass on this character. I don't think they would make it so obvious if they were bringing Stu back to life. I really don't, because then there's no mystery at all. We're sucking all the fun out of this thing. But I'm really thinking Anna Camp, man. I think she could pull it off. Honestly, what I'm looking at right now is who is her accomplice? Is it McKenna Grace, like maybe her secret daughter or something? I don't know. Thoughts on your guys' picks for Ghostface, though? That's just my theory. I could be dead wrong. I have no idea. I'm watching the same stuff you guys are. So what do y'all think? Let me know in the chat your Ghostface predictions. Michael Rue is hanging out with us. Thank you for being a channel member. Jake, gotta go. Are you streaming tomorrow? It's my late mom's birthday. Oh my God, happy birthday. Well, rest in peace. Happy birthday. Good stuff. You took off the day. That's wonderful, Michael. I will be streaming again tomorrow. We're going to be talking about Halloween horror movies, but we'll still talk about Scream, of course, baby. Come on now. So, Michael, stop on by tomorrow. It'll be a good time. I will be streaming with the Night Watch Zone later on tonight, which is going to be great. So we're also probably going to talk about Scream, let's be honest. So, so stop on by for that as well. That's what I'll say, Michael. Hey, so much love to you, my friend. And I just, I hope you have a good day. I know that's a tough thing to deal with, so I just hope everything's good and keeping a positive mindset, Michael. So much love to you, my friend. Thank you for being with us. Here we go. Scrolling. Talking Star Wars is with us, throwing 5 out there. Thank you, Talking Star Wars. Appreciate the support. What do you think Steven would have thought of the trailer? I made a tweet about this because I know exactly what would have happened. I can't speak for the dead, of course. Rest in peace to my very good friend who would have loved this trailer. But I really think he would have loved it. I think he would have called me up and said, dude, we got to get on a stream right now and start talking theories, baby. I know he would. And it honestly bums me out that he wouldn't have been able to see this, because as the conductor of the Stew Train, he would have been over the moon. He would have had everything figured out already too. He would have had his theory ready to go, and we would have talked about it. It would have been great. And I'm honestly, I'm a little emotional. I've said this before, guys, and I'll say it again. I am very biased when it comes to Scream 7. I'm just going to wear that on my sleeve. That's just how it is. We lost a very good friend recently, Craven Something Scary, who used to run a Scream page, and he unfortunately passed away a little over about a month ago now. And it's a major shame. I'm going to miss him. It feels wrong covering Scream without him in a lot of ways, and I miss him to death. So I'm hoping to carry a little bit of that love and that passion that he had for just Scream and this whole community. I'm hoping to carry that torch a little bit if I can, because he's somebody that I don't want that energy or that spirit to die down that he brought. And I know he would have just loved this trailer that was so stew themed, so stew coded. He would have loved it, man. I know it. I know it in my heart. But talking Star Wars, thank you so much for the 5. I greatly appreciate that. I know he would have had the craziest stew theory to give you guys today. Jordan Rankin is throwing $50 out there. Jordan, thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. That really means a lot, really helps out the page, keeps the lights on here so we can keep making some crazy videos. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate that, Jordan. Thank you. Marcus McGregory is saying, I hope Jenna and Melissa are back in Scream 8 because I do feel like they should have been in 7, but I do feel their absence in the trailer. Listen, you know what happened with Melissa absolutely sucks. It's a major bummer. I know there's a lot of people that want to boycott the movie right now. I feel like your heart is in the right place, but I don't feel like you're actually doing something when you feel like maybe you are. And it's something I've been very vocal about. I've gotten a lot of nasty press for it, but man, if you want to do something about this awful world that we live in, go out and do it. Boycotting, just going online and constantly saying, hey, I'm boycotting a movie, it's giving a lot of people this false sense of feeling like they actually are doing something, but boycotting a movie is not feeding starving children. And to me, it's really unfortunate that people think that. I don't know. I wish more people would actually get out there and do something. I've been able to donate to a food bank lately. I'm helping people who are not going to receive SNAP next month. I'm making that happen. I'm jumping through hoops to do these things. Are these people online who are boycotting Scream 7 doing that? I don't think so. And it really bums me out. You're not doing anything boycotting this movie. Go out and actually help people. For the love of God. People need it right now too. I'll get off my soapbox. I'm so sorry, but oh my God, it makes me so mad because there are people that are literally like starving to death whose children won't get food next month. And you guys are talking about how you're not going to go see a movie. I'll get off my soapbox. I'm done. But go help people. Help your neighbor. Show empathy. Be nice to people. If I can do anything while I have this amazing crowd, 156 of you guys, thank you for being here. If I can do anything, if I can say any sort of whatever to implement into your brains, please be nice and kind to people. Help out your neighbor. It is a very tough time. We're going through some crazy BS in the world right now. Be kind to your neighbor. Do some good things. Go out into the world. Support people. Go the extra mile for the other people around you. Seriously. Okay, we're getting back to it. Sorry, off the soapbox. Apologies. Getting back to it. Rye Shy Guy, thank you for the $10. Greatly appreciate your support. Saying, notice that Ghostface sits up similar to Michael Myers. Ooh, yes, I did notice that. Caught me off guard a bit and feels like a homage to the OG and the Halloween commentary. Gave Ghostface a darker, more sinister vibe. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm seeing a ton of people, and I don't even necessarily disagree with this, but I'm seeing a lot of people say that, they're kind of rehashing a lot of things we've already seen in Scream in the trailer. I don't disagree, but there's just a darker vibe about it. There's a more Michael Myers Halloween vibe about this whole movie that I'm really digging. Again, maybe it feels more contained. Again, we're not seeing like big ensembles. If you note, that was another big thing I noticed too. We're not seeing like a ton of characters in a shrine with Ghostface nostalgia all over the walls. We're seeing that in the opening scene very briefly, but then it's over. Then it's like we're moving into something else, a brand new kind of story. And I really think this movie's going to feel a lot more closed off, a lot more just like a contained story. And that's why we've gone back to Small Town USA. It's not to rehash the original, but to kind of do something that feels a little smaller, more contained, and not as grandiose as how Scream 6 got. But that made sense with Scream 6 because we're in New York City. This is a grandiose setting. If you're not telling a big story there, I don't think that would really fit the vibe, you know? It makes more I have faith in Screams. I think I see what they're doing. I hope. I hope I'm right in saying that. I hope I'm right in the fact that they are actually going out there and making something happen that is different. That isn't the same old vibe, right? So I'm Rye Shy Guy. I feel that. And I hope that that's not just the trailer showing off some of the best moments. You know what I mean? I really do hope so. And I hope you're right. I hope both of us are dead right on that, because that would be cool as fuck to get the darkest Scream movie ever. That is a little more desolate and kind of closed off. I love the fun of Scream, but I think with every sequel that you make, you got to try to make it stand out some way, shape, or form. And Scream has always kind of found a weird way to do that. Some being smaller examples than others, of course. 7, hopefully, I just really hope it finds that, I guess is my point. So Rye Shy Guy, I'm vibing with that. Thank you for the 10. I really hope they keep up that energy throughout the whole film. Johnny Mac. What is up, Johnny Mac? How we doing? You know, I don't mean to... Thank you for being an Art the Clown member. Thank you for being a channel member. I have to say this because this is where my mind immediately went when I read that. My dad used to call, well, certain genitalia that when I was a child. And I don't know why, but whenever I see those two words put next to each other, that's all I can think in my brain. That's all I can think. Johnny Mac, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the page. I greatly appreciate you a ton. I did not mean, if that's your real name, I feel so bad right now. And I'm so sorry, but thank you for supporting the page. I'm losing it over here. Anyways, Michael throwing $2 out there. Michael saying, yo, yo, yo. Are you Michael Myers? Are you like coming into the chat being like, hey, why the fuck is no one talking about my shit? Okay. I got a TV series on the way. What's going on? No, I'm just messing with you. Michael, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the $2. Thanks for supporting the page. Are you excited for Scream 7? Are you vibing with this? Let me know. Let me know down in the chat. Carrie Crave Cinema is with us, guys. Carrie has been a supporter of the page since the very beginning of all this madness, and very happy to see her here. What's up, Carrie? How you doing? Steven, we dedicate Scream 7 to Steven. Absolutely. This is Steven's movie, and I think that if he were here, I just know he would want Stu to come back. So even though I'm a big Stu naysayer, I'm still on the Stu train, okay? I'm sitting in the back in a booth by myself, but I'm on that train, okay? We're rocking and rolling. If Stu shows up alive in this movie, well, you know what? Steven would have fucking loved it. That's what I say to all that. So, Carrie, thank you for hanging out with us. Greatly appreciate you. So much love. And again, just really missing Steven. It's just not going to be the same covering Scream without him. Slashing It with Matt is also with us. Thank you for the 5, Matt, saying, hey, Jake, happy to finally make a live. Glad you're here, dude. Thank you for being with us. That opening scene, I can't wait. Happy Halloween, my friend. Happy Halloween to you and your family and everybody else in your life, dude. Thank you so much for being with us. So much love to you, and celebrate Halloween and have some fun. Put on some good movies, dude. By the way, Matt, if you're still with us, I don't know if you are, but is the Halloween room just extra spicy during this time of year? Matt has a sick ass Halloween room, guys. I gotta know, like during this time of year, does it just like emanate like an orange glow from that room? You don't have to say on stream if you don't want to, but I'm curious if you're just like hanging out in that room 24/7 during this time of year. I think that's awesome. Matt, thank you for the support. Thank you for being with us. You're so fucking cool. Thank you for being here. Dylan is saying Stu isn't in this movie. It's some AI or Scream 3 voice changer. Let's talk about that, guys. So we heard a lot of voices in the trailer, not just Stu at the end, but we also have heard I believe Dewey's voice is right in the middle there, very briefly. So we're hearing a lot of voices of some of the other, dead characters and whatnot. And I really, really think that they might just be utilizing them for like pretend AI voices from our new Ghostface. How do we feel about that? Guys, I'm a little disappointed. You know what I mean? I'm a little like, I'm a little disappointed in that because I just feel like if you're going to announce, hey, David Arquette's back, Scott Foley's here, Matthew Lillard's back as well, and then they're just not on screen at all, we're just using their voices, that feels cheap to me. You know what I mean? That could have just been a fun surprise when they, offered up some lines for the movie and that was it. But I don't know, to announce them as cast members and then if they don't show up on screen, I'm going to be disappointed if that's the only usage of them. That just feels like clickbait is what it feels like. It feels like just, YouTube clickbait for a feature film. So I don't know. I would be disappointed if that was the case, if just the only way they were utilized was, their ghost faces emulating their voices. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to try to get to as many chats as I possibly can. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Blindside is saying, hey, Jake, long live Craven Something Scary. Absolutely, my friend. I love that. I thought of him during the entire trailer. I'm sure he's watching it too, my bro. Saying hi from New York City. What's up? What's up, New York City? How's it going? Having a great time. The trailer looks awesome. I hope you have a great time. Have some cheap pizza while you're up there. And you know what? I'm just going to say this. I don't care. And say hi to Zoran for me, baby. I love it. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love New York City, baby. Love that city. That city's doing all the right things right now, I think. Dylan is saying Scream 7 will be packed. Rooms on release night, so will Scream 8. Dylan, I love the love, baby. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up. Cantavius Robinson is saying, yeah, it's definitely someone connected to Stu. Not trying to predict the movie, but it's clear. We can have theories, though. There's nothing wrong with that, Cantavius. Come on now. Johnny Ringo saying Stu's got to be alive. They can AI the other dead Ghostface killers, but don't rob us of Stu. You know what? I can't argue with that. Stu's one of my favorite killers, man. I can't say no to no Stu. What is going on? We have 160 people. Dave is saying, I know it's crazy. This is Stu. This is Scream Mania, baby. We love it. We love it around here, man. It's a ton of fun. ENTJ is saying, why is Ghostface breathing like Darth Vader? Maybe it's an old guy who, you know, has trouble breathing, like Stu, who's been living in a musty basement for 30 years. Could be the case. Houghton, channel member, is saying, I feel like it's going to be a darker movie than we think. Like they burnt Stu's house down in the trailer. Shit's crazy. I agree. I think that's nuts. That's nutty to me. That's really fun. That's really over the top. And that tells me this Ghostface means business. Could be actually something different this time. Fingers crossed. All right, we're getting to the super chats in a second here. I just want to say hi to some more new folks coming in. We got AJ saying, I noticed the calendar in the coffee shop said November, so maybe taking place after Halloween, obviously, but before Thanksgiving. I think you're right, AJ, because we've also seen some other set photos that say there's an upcoming show at the end of November. So I think it's right after Halloween. That's my guess. I think you're spot on with that. Hayden TV is sending some love from Scotland. What's up, Scotland? How we doing? What's up? What's up? Very good stuff. Hayden, thanks for joining us. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's get to this. 3D2Y throwing $5 out there. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Saying for sure feels a lot darker. Also makes me think Chad and Mindy are for sure goners this movie based on what we've seen. Can I be real with you, dude? I think Mindy is gonna die and Chad is gonna live on to carry the grief. I'm watching. So here's the thing, Mindy, this is the first time we've actually seen her battle Ghostface. Guys, isn't that kind of crazy? Like she doesn't make it to the third act every single time. She either gets stabbed or, you know, beat, whatever, you know, something happens and then she's down for the count. But this looks like the first time we're really seeing her fight Ghostface during like a whole big nasty sequence like this, where she actually does make it to the third act, gets to square off against our killer. So my thinking there is I think that Mindy may die and Chad may, you know, have to run out of there or something. Maybe there's too many ghost faces or whatever the situation ends up being. Ghostface gets away and then Mindy's body is just left behind. Listen, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Mindy, but I just feel like a lot of it comes from the fact that they haven't handled the character right. I think that would still result in an emotional moment, at least for me. I'd be pretty upset. You know, we've been following this character for the last couple of years. She's been a big part of the Scream renaissance, and to see that character die would bum me out a little bit. So I definitely think we're getting an emotional death one way, shape, or another. Somebody's dying here. You know, somebody big that's going to happen. But yeah, I definitely think I think Mindy's a goner. I'm speculating that right now. You'll see a theory video on it. I'm sure from old Jake at some point in the future. I don't see her living through this one. I'm going to be honest. Michael's throwing 5 out there, saying, I have a thought. The chase in the Stu's house where she falls and Ghostface rolls over. Would that not hurt him too? Like the butt of the knife going right in there. Maybe he's got a hernia after that. You know, whoever. Ghostface he's got to take like a week off, lay on the couch or something, you know, just, oh God, big bruise on the stomach. That would hurt, dude. Yeah, no, for sure. But maybe Ghostface was wearing a bulletproof vest, which would have sucked some of that down, right? That sounded kind of gross. I didn't like the way I worded that. But Michael, thank you for the $5. I greatly appreciate it. That probably would hurt a little bit, right? Because you still got somebody falling on you. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. No one's saying this movie isn't going to be campy like a typical Scream film, but can we crank the darkness tab up a little bit? That's kind of the big thing I'm looking for. Joan, yes, the Scream 7 trailer is out. Go check it out. I also just posted Joan Sclafani. I can't read, guys. I'm so sorry about that. The Scream 7 trailer is out. I posted my breakdown video and we're doing this live here. We're going to be going for a little while because we met our freaking super chat goal. You guys rock. Thank you for the support. But yeah, Scream 7 trailer, it's out. Go check it out. It's crazy. Ed Cruz is saying, so I'm guessing Mark is Ghostface because explain how Mindy whacks Ghostface in the side of the head and then Mark has stitches on the same side. Oh, I didn't notice that. But it looks like Ghostface is attacking Mark, though, too. So what's up with that? Questions. I think Mark is a goner, by the way, guys. Mark Evans, Sidney Prescott's husband. He is dead meat. Dead meat. Don't see him living through this one at all. There's this, he's the only character I'm sure dies. Maybe Celeste O'Connor. We see her getting attacked by Ghostface in here too. Kind of forgot about that. But dude, Mark Evans is so dead. Unbelievably dead. He gets, not only does he get tackled by Ghostface with the plastic wrap around his neck, but then we see Ghostface like stabbing plastic wrap and then blood sprays up on it. Dude, you ain't coming back from that. You're getting suffocated and stabbed in the neck at the same time. Dude's done for. I'm telling you that right now. Mark Evans not living through this movie. Josephine's World is saying, how many ghost faces do you think there will be in Scream 7? That's a great question. I'm thinking at least 2, maybe 3. Would be kind of, honestly, it would be kind of cool to do a redemption for 3 ghost faces, because I feel like Scream 6, I don't think it needed 3 ghost faces, if I'm being honest. There was like kind of too many twists and all of them were undercooked. I would actually prefer just like having lesser ghost faces and just one big insane, you know, oh, that person's the killer. No way. I'd actually prefer 1 ghost face at this point. I think that would be more shocking than 3 or more. But this is also like the biggest cast we've ever had for a Scream movie. So like, it's either going to be high body counts or a lot of killers. It's going to be one or the other or both. Eric's hanging out with us. Thank you. Hey, Jake, big fan of the channel since 2019. Do you think Scream 8 will come in 2027? Sounds like they're filming it at the top of next year. So that's totally a possibility, my friend. I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe we get like an October release for a Scream movie for once instead of a spring or winter release. That could be fun. I'm into it. I would be so down for something like that. Jazzy Jeff Real Talk is saying, I need more aggressive, angry ghost face on the phone. Did you like some of the talk in this one? I actually kind of felt like, again, it was a little colder. It had a different attitude about it than even the last couple flicks. I kind of liked aggressive, angry ghost face in this trailer. It was another thing that kind of shocked me. So I don't know. Me personally, I was vibing with that. But Jazzy Jeff, let us know your thoughts. You're awfully jazzy, and that's what I really like about the kind of energy you're bringing to the chat right now. So however you respond, just make it extra jazzy. Put some jazzy sauce all over that bad boy. I love it. We got Johnny Mack, who's a brand new channel member. I'm gonna laugh every time I see that name. I'm so sorry, Johnny. It's gonna be a Scream. It will definitely be a darker movie. Hoping we get violent Ghostface that we were promised in 6. I thought Scream 6's Ghostface was pretty violent. I didn't like the reveal, but up until then, I was vibing with that Ghostface. That was cool. You know, him running around with a shotgun was crazy. I'm hoping this one is also very violent, though. I'm hoping maybe can we make it more violent? I love brutal kills, baby. And if we can have that at the end of a crazy chase sequence, like a lot of us are missing from this franchise, that would be great. Long, drawn-out, suspenseful chase scenes that are followed up with some brutal, intense kills. That would be awesome. Nola Ray is also with us saying, does anyone know if they actually filmed at the real Mocker House in Cali? Because if not, they definitely did better than in 5. I'm not 100% sure on that. I want to guess, since there's like a house burning down, it's either like something they built, you know, somewhere else, or it didn't look. Was it? What do you guys think? Was it VFX? I feel like they really burnt down a house, just like Halloween Kills style. Like they actually like built something, burnt it down, and it no longer exists. That's my guess. It looks like they built a replica, but I don't know. Ed Cruz is saying the trailer release really had me shocked. I didn't see this one coming. Sydney, it's an honor to see you again. Ed, I was kind of shocked too. I didn't think we'd get it today after, you know, some of the rumors that have been coming out. We also got the Stranger Things trailer today, which I feel this is like the nuttiest day for trailer releases, dude. I haven't even gotten to the Stranger Things trailer. I'm dying to watch that as well. My fiance, she's a little, I gotta be honest with you guys, she's a little more excited for Stranger Things. She's been texting me, something crazy happens in it. I don't know what, but she's like, dude, this character's gonna die, this character's gonna die, like all this, she has all these theories, and I'm just like, oh no, like what? So we're very big Stranger Things fans in this house as well. So I'm really excited to finally get into that a little later, but that's going to be fun. Love it. Big day for trailers, baby. Crazy stuff. Legion is also with us. Thank you for being a channel member, Legion, saying Sydney's daughter was in a stroller last time we saw them. Now she's fully grown. I think that Sydney has other kids. That's my guess. I think they're going to have a little baby in the house as well, which is what makes Ghostface getting into their house so much scarier. I don't think did we see the baby in the trailer? I don't think we did, but I feel like she's got to have another kid, because otherwise, yeah, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, does it? Rye Shy Guy has been a member for 31 months. That's crazy. Rye Shy Guy, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. saying, thank you for this channel and your continual societal support. I'm a federal employee and this channel is a daily escape. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Truly appreciate you and this channel. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate what you're doing right now. I appreciate you just trying to keep all of this together. It's chaos right now, and I just have so much love for you, my friend. So thank you for everything you're doing, and trying to hold all this madness together. I know it's insane, but we're gonna get through this. We are. We always humans will prevail. We always do. And we got to have hope for the future, baby. So much love to you, Rye Shy Guy. Thank you for being with us. And yes, we're gonna pull through, baby. We're gonna pull through. Keep on fighting the good fight, baby. And thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than I hope we all should be appreciating you more than this dumbass who just is wearing a creep show beanie right now and talking about movies that he loves. So thank you for what you do, my friend. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna butcher this name. I'm so sorry. Peter. Is that a crazy way to spell Peter? That's awesome. Peter Stefanski. I'm not saying this right, but how are you, my friend? Thank you for joining us. What if Sam is Ghostface? Notice how she isn't in any part of the trailer. Same for Tara. Dude, that would be the craziest twist ever, and I would be all about it. If this was all just a fake scandal and Melissa Barrera is in the film, that would be the craziest marketing for a horror film ever. Blair Witch Project who? I hope you're right. I hope you're dead solid honed in on that some way, shape, or form. That would be awesome. That would be the craziest thing to happen in movie history. West Side is saying, did you notice the heavy breathing in the trailer? Someone mentioned it in your comment section. Yeah, someone mentioned some heavy breathing. Again, there's a lot of Michael Myers energy to this whole thing. Feels very Halloween trilogy coded. So I think we're going to get a little bit of commentary on that whole trilogy as well, which I think feels fitting, right? Because Halloween and Scream have always been so entangled throughout the years. If it's the original Scream, obviously commenting on Halloween, then we kind of had like H2O, kind of give a little reference, hey, we see you, game, respect, game kind of thing, which was sick. So it'd be kind of sweet to see Scream, kind of hitting on Halloween again, kind of ripping on them a little bit. There's so many plot elements of this that are so similar to Halloween 2018 and Kills. I would not be shocked if there's a little bit of Halloween David Gordon Green commentary in this one at all. So I'm 100% right there with you, man. Dylan Robinson is saying, hey, man, what's up? What's up, Dylan? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for being with us. Legion is still on the time, if there's a time jump, because was she in a stroller then and now she's grown up? I mean, that's a little, there would have to be a big time jump, like 10, 15 years at least, right? I don't know. I feel like there's got to be 2 kids at least, or else that's kind of like huh? What? Was she 8 years old in a stroller still? What's going on with all that? Tatum, how you doing? You okay? Those little legs not working properly? I want to know. JR is saying, I don't remember how many years they were jumping, but they did announce that it was a time jump. There's a little time jump, but this isn't taking place in 2035 or something, right? There's no way. I don't know. Oh, hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I am so behind in the chat, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm catching up as fast as I can. We're moving all the way up here. We got Ozone Hype saying, weird, I know, but what if the killer is someone from the intro? I know we had another part of the intro in 2025, but what if one of the people in the intro is fake offed and is a killer in the future films? So you're saying for the opening scene? You're saying for the opening scene, essentially, could one of them be our killers? I mean, that's not insane to suggest. That would be something totally different for this franchise to try out. I was saying this earlier, but I'll say it once again. I just feel like there's any idea can be executed in a really interesting way if you have the right idea behind it, the right approach, the right whatever, the right tools for this job. It can happen. And I think having somebody die, so to say, in the opening scene, and then they're revealed to be the killer for whatever reason, you can make it happen. 100% Ozone Hype. So I'm down for it. Ro Barboza is saying, hello from Costa Rica. What's up, Costa Rica? How we doing? I love your channel and was waiting for your inputs on the trailer. So much love to you, Ro. Thank you for being with us. Love from Ohio to Costa Rica, baby. I've always wanted to go. So hope y'all are doing good. Much love, much love. Thanks for being with us. I hope you enjoyed the trailer as well. Critical Overlord is saying, Jake is getting whacked for liking the trailer. I know, it's crazy. And I'm getting whacked for being more negative. You can't win, Critical Overlord. There's no way to win. You can't even be, even if you're in the middle on the trailer, you're still getting some shit. It's crazy. I went on the rant earlier. I won't do it again, but it makes me mad that more people are upset about people's feelings on a movie trailer than they are some of the crazy shit going on in this world right now, man. I'm not getting off this soapbox. I'm just kidding. We're talking about movies today. That's what we're doing. But yeah, it's crazy. Critical. Always be yourself. That's some great advice, my friend. However you feel about the trailer, that's how you feel about it. You don't got to have some other butthole on the internet validate your feelings. If you loved it, if you hated it, let it be known right here. And we're going to, this is dissertation, baby. That's why it has the diss in there. Because we don't always agree. We're not always going to agree on movie talk or how we feel about trailers, what we think a movie's going to be or look like. And that's totally fine. That's all good. So if you guys are excited for it, if you're not excited for it, voice your opinions. Have no fear. It's all good. Safe space, baby. I may disagree with you, but I'm just another talking head just like all you guys. So I'm just, I am literally wearing sweatpants right now. I am not a professional. Have you guys seen my set? This isn't even a set. This is literally just a second bedroom in my apartment. Okay, guys, we're just a bunch of fellas talking movies right now. That's all this is. And it's a good vibe, good vibes, positive energy. I love it. Dylan Robinson just subscribed too. Love that, Dylan. Thank you for thank you for the support. Sorry I'm so over the top. I did have 7 Red Bulls for breakfast this morning. I'm going to crash in about like an hour, and then I'm going to sleep for the rest of the week. Rad7 is saying, she did say in 5, the girls, when referring to her kids, when she was running. Yeah, I think she has multiple kids. I think for sure. I think that's going to be the case here. What else is going on? Who else is with us? We got Samantha Robinson saying Jake's, yes, multiple kids. Yeah, she has multiple kids for sure. 100% agreed. Our Life in Horror. Hey, what's up? You're looking forward to the new Scream. Love that. I'm excited for it as well. Queric V is saying loved it and love this space. I'm glad you do. All are welcome. We're all just vibing. We're all just excited for movies. Jazzy Jeff, real talk. This better be a jazzy reply. Saying Ghostface definitely sounds different, and he breathes like Darth Vader now. Kind of a vibe, man. Kind of, again, very Halloween-y. You know, if we're talking about like the ending of John Carpenter's classic, you know, we have the breathing. And we're just looking through the town. Where could he be now? A lot of that energy here in this trailer for sure. I think this is going for David Gordon Green trilogy Halloween. And love that or hate it, I think it's going to be used for some commentary purposes. That's at least my thoughts on it for sure. David Shaw is saying trailer for Scream 7, best ever. I want to see it. Oh, you won't have to wait too long, my friend. We're only like 4 months out. It's really not too long. Not too long now. It's exciting stuff. Sonic Caden is saying, yo, where's the other child? Because didn't Sydney have 2 kids? It's a good question. Where's the baby? What's going on with all that? I'm curious. I also want to know. I also want to know where the little one is at. Hopefully still alive. How dark is this movie going to get, you know? Jordan Burns is saying, hello, Jake. Just wanted to know how you feel about Roman being back, and Roman is Sydney's brother. If he and Stu were alive, could those two be the killers? If it ties into the past somehow. I mean, I don't know. Roman got shot in the face a couple of times. You know, it's arguable to say that Stu is still alive, right? But man, I mean, Roman he's street meat, man. He is so unbelievably dead. So I don't know. I don't think they're alive. I don't think there are killers this time around. But you know, anything's possible, of course, in the world of Scream. You know, we've seen some crazy resurrections and things happen. But I feel like part of what I love about Scream is the fact that we get a new killer every single time. Every one of these movies is a murder mystery. We're trying to figure out who it is from this new cast of characters. You know, who are they? What's their motive? What's going on here? I just feel like it's got to be something along those lines. And when we step outside of that, you know, is it even Scream anymore? If we don't have a murder mystery, like, is this still a Scream film? I just don't know. So I really want a good murder mystery. I really want to be like looking through everybody, figuring out the clues, writing things down on my little notepad that I'm going to sneak into the theater. Things like that is my point. Mermaid Triple X is saying we 100% needed Scream 7. I absolutely love the new trailer. And TBH, I've never ever been so excited for a movie. We definitely needed to go back to the beginning. I'm so glad you're excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. And the trailer rocks. I think this is gonna be a really good sequel. I think I got a lot of faith. Some big concerns that I had about this movie was I just felt like they were gonna approach it in the same way as the original Scream, and I would argue I don't think you can anymore. There's just too many things that have been set in place where you have to find new ways to approach a Sydney focused Scream movie. And I'm just like, man, if they just approach this like nothing happened in those other, 5 sequels, and we're just going back to the same approach of the original, I don't think this is going to work. There's too much history now where certain things have to be one way or the other, or it's all going to fall flat on its face. It looks like they're actually walking that tightrope really well. A big thing for me is you can't build tension with chasing around Sydney Prescott anymore. You just can't do it. They're never going to kill Sydney. It's never going to happen. This is going to have a happy ending, I promise. So, for me, what's the way? How do you do that? How do you accomplish building tension? With a main character you can't kill, you put her loved ones in danger. And that's very clearly the focus, even if it's the plot description or the few sequences we got teased here. It always seems to be either Sydney's daughter or her husband getting chased around by Ghostface. The latter there, I think, is pretty much guaranteed dead. So I think they're approaching this the absolute correct way to do a new Sydney story, and I'm really excited to see it. I think this is gonna rock. It's a tough balance to strike for sure, and it's not going to be an easy road ahead. I don't think this is going to be a perfect movie by any means, but I do think that they're getting the important things right, and that's what makes me happy. Aquaria is saying, I think Stu's sister will have flashbacks during her villain monologue. 100% yes. We're not getting flashbacks until the end. I couldn't agree more, which will bring back these previous ghost faces, no AI or anything. Well, here's what I will say about the AI stuff. We actually heard the voice of Dewey in the trailer briefly, and it's in there. It's very brief, but that's David Arquette's voice, dude. You can tell. And we hear him say something sinister. So my guess there, and I'm failing to remember exactly what it was, but I promise it was something like, it sounded like Ghostface was saying it through Dewey's voice. I think we're doing the voice changer thing with modern, commentary on modern AI using, voices from the past, but I think we could also be getting that as well, because Aquaria, I'm so with you in the sense that if we don't see these characters on screen after they've been announced, to be in the film, I'm gonna be disappointed. If they're the only thing they lent to the film was their voices and not reprising these characters, I'd be bummed out. Here's another point. I brought this up a few times now, but here's another thing that I haven't talked about yet. Courtney Cox recently said in an interview that, David Arquette, she fought to have him back in here, and she's arguing that it wouldn't even be a Scream movie if you couldn't put their romance, their relationship to the test on screen again. So I am guessing 100% we are getting some sort of flashback scene with Dewey and Gale, and that's going to be what ends up happening with that. Maybe, Roman Bridger, Scott, he's back in a flashback with Stu. It could be two totally separate things. At least that's what I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And I'm sure there's some more unannounced cameos that we don't know about yet either. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it. Bring it on, baby. Talk Sick is saying, I think it's the blonde woman and she's Stu's sister. It's her and her son, and maybe he dates Sydney's daughter. That could be it. I'm not against that at all. I really think that could be the case. A lot of people have been suspicious of Asa German, and I could totally see him being a Ghostface killer. I mean, from the moment he was cast, I'm like, this guy looks a little sus. He could be a killer. I could see it being the case. I could totally see him being our next Ghostface. So 100% there. Can't disagree at all. The Crafty Saver is saying, do you think they showed the killer when they showed the 3 girls walking down the sidewalk? One of them is wearing, was one of them wearing plaid? I didn't even notice. No way. I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence, because here's what happens in that scene, right? We have Tatum running across the street and, putting her arm in Celeste O'Connor's arm. They're kind of giggling, walking down the street. And then we have a little bit of space between them and McKenna Grace. Why is she keeping so much space? What's up with that? Why are we visually trying to separate these two groups? What's up with that? I think maybe it's because McKenna Grace is hiding some sort of evil secret. It could be. I don't know. Total thoughts there. That's just that's a stretch. Let's be honest. Oh, plaid skirt. You're right. Oh, silly me. I did see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Michael's throwing $2 out there again, saying, I feel the second trailer will release in January. Honestly, I think we might get something even earlier than that. We might get something in December. Won't have to wait too long. Listen, the marketing campaign has begun. And when that happened for Scream 6, it was like nonstop. There was something every other day. And I think it's going to be that as well. It's not going to be a full-on trailer every single day, but I mean, we're going to get stuff. We're going to get new posters. We're going to get new this, that, the other, and we're going to be just breaking it down, talking about it here until basically the end of February. I think 100% that's going to be the case. So we'll get a second trailer. We'll get like TV spots. We'll get a final trailer. We'll get a ton of stuff, man. There's going to be a lot more footage before the movie comes out. Some people are loving hearing that, and some people are not loving hearing that. They don't want to know too much about it. They don't want to have the whole thing figured out before it even drops. And honestly, I'm pretty confident in the fact that I think it's Stu's sister. It's a character who was involved in the beginning that we didn't even really know about until now. I'm certain about that. It's got to be something along those lines, and there's just way too many connections to Stu for it to not be something like that. So I'm pretty sold on that. I honestly don't mind getting more footage with this one, if I'm being real, just because I really think there's just too many clues, too many Stu's clues. For it to not be some sort of connection to him. So that's just my thoughts, at least. But Michael, thank you for the 2. Greatly appreciate your support, my friend. We also have Talia, who's at Halloween Horror Nights right now. I'm so jealous. Talia, take me with you. You're doing Halloween Horror Nights right now and Scream 7 trailer today. You must be over the moon. Like, as a horror fan, you're probably just like losing it. Like, this is crazy. This is awesome. So I'm very jealous. I'm very happy for you, though, at the same time. I wanted to do the Terrifier house so bad. Would have killed to have done the Terrifier house. So I hope you do it 7 more times, at least for me. And I hope you're having a ton of fun. So much love. Hope you enjoyed the Scream 7 trailer as well. Let us know your thoughts. We'll definitely get to it. Jada, yes, the Scream 7 trailer is out. Go watch it. Get out of here. Go watch it. No, you're welcome. You're welcome to stay, but go watch it. It's really good. I mean, this is fun too, us talking about it, but like, you got to see the trailer. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you supporting me and all that, but watch the trailer. It's awesome. Oh man, it's very cool stuff. Who else is with us? We got X-Regs TV saying we might get a Gale-centric trailer next, or a Tatum-focused one, because so much ensemble is left out. And, honestly, that was kind of something I kind of liked. Is that messed up? I'm glad we didn't get to see too much of like the gang all together in one scene. That's so Scooby-Doo and it's so Scream 6 to me. There was a lot of Scream 6 where I'm like, why are we doing this big ensemble scene right now? I want to see these characters like alone or in groups making bad decisions and getting stabbed. I know it's a trope. It's so slashery, but it's more fun, man. I don't know. I want to see these characters go off on their own and try to stomp out who Ghostface is, and then, well, things don't go so well for them. But yeah, I'm actually kind of happy that we're having. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of shots of all the characters all together all at the same time. It just feels like scenes like that feel so nostalgia fueled. Like my least favorite scene in all of Scream 6 is all the Ghostface shrine stuff. I'm just not crazy about it. Every moment of that is just like, hey, remember when this happened? Remember when that? Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Easter eggs everywhere. It's too much. Too much Easter eggs, man. There is such thing. There is such thing as too much. Rad7 is saying, throwing $2 out there, saying, what if Sid's daughter is Ghostface? Nah. But hey, you never know. Sid would have literally birthed a Ghostface. Dude, yeah, that's my problem with it. Like, there's no way. Jill Roberts was a totally different story, right? That was like a character who was related to Sydney, but like from a distance, not someone that not someone that Sydney is checking in on like every two days or something along those lines. So like Sydney's daughter, though, I can't get in. I don't know. I just don't think it's her. It's got to be someone who's older, someone who could have been alive during the events of the original flick. Many people have pointed out that there's a lot of like heavy breathing, when we're watching Ghostface this time around. It's somebody who's older, somebody who was around for the original events. I'm definitely speculating that for sure. So could it be Stu? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's up. But we'll see what happens with it all. Denisha Lane is saying, hey everybody, what's up, Denisha? How we doing? Raha Rabar. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I'm so sorry. Man, the Stu teasing is killing me. I don't think he's really alive. I'm going to be honest. It's way too in your face. It's way too on the nose. I mean, we burnt down Stu's house. where, you know, we literally have a line from him at the end of this one that's a paraphrasing of something he said from the original movie. It's just, come on, man. There's no way they would make it that obvious in the trailer. I don't buy it. Neems is saying, I watched Scream 4 this morning. Such a throwback. Best sequel. Agreed. It's my favorite sequel. I love Scream 4. Very good stuff. Very good stuff in that one. Binge with Nick is saying, I am pumped looking. I'm pumped looking. I'm pumped looking too, baby. Let's go. Oh, I'm over the moon for this. Camelot Films is saying they seemed okay to show the death of Sid's husband. I'm thinking it's him and Anna Camp, who may end up being Stu's sister. So we got like a Roman fake out, a Roman Quinn fake out here with Stu, with her husband. I'm a little more inclined to say, okay, maybe the husband could be Ghostface. I think that's a little more, like, I could get into that, I guess, maybe a little more, but I still just feel like, why would Sydney would trust this guy and marry him and have kids with him? It's tough for me to wrap my head around. I feel like Sydney is a very capable, very intelligent character. And that's why I just don't know if I buy it. You know, I just don't know if someone who is that close to her would be Ghostface. But Anna Camp, I totally agree. She is totally Stu's sister. You can't tell me otherwise. Why is she not in the trailer? Maybe it's because she's under the mask the whole time. That's my thoughts. Rye Shy Guy. Pause for 1 second. I want to hit on this. CT, they didn't ask Dempsey to return. They did. And he was supposed to play the character of Mark Kincaid. But what ended up happening is that Patrick Dempsey's house burnt down during those LA fires when they were shooting this, and he couldn't be there for it. He's actually talked about it publicly, about how, you know, he was asked to be in Scream 7. He was going to try to make it happen, but just too many outside factors, he just couldn't do it, unfortunately. So they got the next best thing. They replaced him with just, you know, a Joel McHale, another actor, essentially, and changed the last name. Now it's Mark Evans instead of the Kincaid family, which I think is a major bummer. You know, like, I think it would have been way better with Mark Kincaid. And if Mark had died in this movie, that would have been a lot more emotional. Like that. Imagine that scene we all just saw in the trailer where Joel McHale very clearly gets killed in the film. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But man, he's dead meat. There's no way. If that was Mark Kincaid, I'd be heartbroken right now. I would be on this stream like, no. Oh my God, he was so sweet. He was the sweetest character. He was actually like somebody nice in Sydney's life. I would have been majorly bummed. But now I don't know if I'm gonna care as much, you know? But it's one of those things where we can't even blame the production. It was just outside forces out of anybody's control that led to this, unfortunately. But that is a really good point. CT, I wanted to bring that up, so thank you. I really appreciate that. You still think that Kincaid would? I'm so with you. I think Kincaid would have died in this movie. I think, honestly, Mark Evans is just like a replacement. So whatever would have happened to Kincaid in this film is going to probably happen to Mark. So CT totally agreed. 100% agreed. Rye Shy Guy throwing $2 out there saying mid-movie Ghostface reveal after Tatum shoots Ghostface. I think 100% we are getting a Ghostface reveal halfway through this film. 100%. There's a scene in the trailer where we see all these people outside in the middle of the night, and they're all surrounded around something. What is that? Could it be the coffee shop where, you know, Tatum is seen getting chased around by Ghostface? I think we get a mid-movie reveal this time around. This movie's going to try to find a way to do some new stuff. I think we got it right there. Tatum's going to shoot somebody, and then they're going to take the mask off mid-movie, and it's going to be like a mid-movie shocker. So, how much? Horror B is saying how much time has passed between 6 and 7? About 6 or 7 seconds, you know. So, 6 or 7. That's not funny. It's not funny. I'm going to stop doing it. It's cringe. It's not funny. But everyone thinks it's funny. Camelot Films is saying also, will Sid have another daughter, or are they retconning it? I think she's going to have another daughter. We didn't see that in the trailer. Or maybe we did and I missed it. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they're going to retcon that. That's like 5 and 6 are still very clearly playing a part. Still very much so playing a part in this flick. So I feel like, I feel like they're not going to retcon that. I guess they did retcon though that, you know, Mark Kincaid being her husband, but technically they didn't, because all she says is Mark in that film. So Mark could have been anybody, but I think there's going to be a lot of connections to Scream 5 in this one. Cure for Propaganda, I like the name, saying the trailer is misleading. I think the trailer is absolutely misleading. I'm 100% with you there. Granny and her broken back, oh my God, saying, do you think Sydney's daughter will die in this movie? No. No, I don't. I feel like she's probably going to live. I think the core main characters of this one, our heroes this time around, are definitely going to be Sydney Prescott and Tatum, her daughter. So I think these are going to be like our main heroes who are saving the day, focal characters going through some arcs and all that fun stuff. So yeah, no, definitely don't think she's going to die. I think the dad's going to die. I think Mark Evans is going down. But I don't think it's going to be, I don't think either of them are going to die. Oh yeah, Samantha is reminding, hey, we are playing some Repo tomorrow night on the gaming channel. Guys, we have a gaming horror channel where we're playing a bunch of crazy games over there. We're going to be playing Repo, brand new update tomorrow for Halloween. We might, maybe we get into some of it tonight, but definitely tomorrow. It's going to be a really fun stream. So stop on by, subscribe to GullGotha. It's a really fun page. So I really hope that you guys can check that out. Erica just put the link to it. So go subscribe if you like horror games. Give it a watch. It's going to be a really fun stream. I am over the moon excited for this one. Big update. We have brand new monsters that are going to scare the crap out of us. So it's going to be sweet. Viper Venom is saying, how many ghost faces do you think we'll get? Like the traditional 2, maybe? Maybe. Unless we have a reason to do 3. Like I said earlier, I think Scream 6, one of the biggest problems I have with Scream 6 is I don't really think we needed to do 3 killers. It was a lot of like mediocre twists. You know what I mean? Like it was just a lot of like, these are 3 mediocre twists back to back to back, opposed to doing just like one good one. I'd rather have like one ghost face in a movie versus 3 mid ones, you know, just set up a ghost face and one ghost face really well, have one really big punch or twist at the end. But no, I definitely think we're getting at least 2 for this movie, if I'm being honest, because again, I'm very set on that mid-movie reveal. That's been a rumor for a little while, and I like just seeing more of this trailer, seeing some actual footage from the movie now. I'm like, yeah, we're getting, that's what we're getting. We're gonna get a mid-movie reveal, and then maybe somebody else at the ending, maybe 2 people. You know, maybe there is 3, but they're just revealed at different times. Could be that. I don't know. Ghostface is saying, so you're welcome for remembering the line, Jake. Just kidding. Dewey says all of your friends die just for being near you. Sheesh, way to put someone down, Dewdrop. Dewdrop was a little dark towards the end there, huh? A little pessimistic. Makes me sad. I miss Dewey. Jonathan is saying, Jake, generally curious, what would you do if you were the writer-director of Scream 7? So here's the thing with Scream 7, it is a Sydney story. I mean, I'm going to be honest, a lot of things I've seen in the trailer, that's what I would want to do. I don't think, like, Sydney's a character I don't think you could do in a crazier setting than small town USA. So like if I had to direct a Sydney focused movie, I would probably set it in like a middle of nowhere town where no one could find her kind of thing, like that kind of vibe. Not so far as like Scream 3 takes it, where she's in isolation. You know, that was kind of what that movie was all about. So she's past that. She's in public. You know, she's a public facing person. She's less afraid, but still not in like a big city where there's a lot of intense over the top shit. And yeah, I kind of like the idea of following her family, because now I think there is tension with this character once again. I think that's why Scream 5 decided to create new characters, because it just was a tougher thing to do with Sydney Prescott at that point. There had been so many interviews from, you know, Kevin Williamson, Nev Campbell, people who've been involved with Scream since the beginning, just saying like, we'll never kill Sydney Prescott. That's never going to happen. Now, imagine if I don't know why this is the movie that's coming to, okay, a slasher movie just in general. Slasher movie comes out and the main character from it, your final girl, the director before the movie comes out says, hey, we're not killing the final girl. It's not going to happen. Wouldn't you be a little disappointed? You know what I mean? Wouldn't you feel like, okay, that's kind of a spoiler. It's kind of a big, like, well, now I know how the movie's going to end if we have a final girl who lives, right? So with Scream, because we all know that, because that's a very common fact that's been put out there, we have to find new ways to work around that. Which makes it much more of a challenge to make a Sydney Prescott story opposed to doing something with new people. So how do you evade that? How do you still make something fresh with this character? You have her fucking, you know, family members in peril and maybe dying, because then that's something horrible happening to Sydney Prescott that arguably would be worse than death. So I think that that's got to be That's got to be the best way to approach a new Sydney story. But personally, if I had keys to the kingdom for Scream, I could do whatever I wanted. I would just have brand new characters, brand new set pieces, new location. Ghostface shows up with a brand new motive. And I would try to do something that has never been done before in the franchise, because I feel like if you're making a sequel to something, you should be trying to top what came before. You shouldn't be trying to do just the exact same thing that we've already seen. So for me at least, I think that's what I would do if I had just freedom to make a new Scream movie. Just murder mystery, brand new town, a whole new reason to be killing people. Maybe a new set of characters. Like maybe it's not teenagers or, college kids. Maybe we have a whole different kind of group that Ghostface is going after for whatever reason. It would still have to be, slashers and movie themed. So it would probably be like almost like a parody of something that's existent in the world already. But I would want to just have a fresh start with Scream. I think that's how you would have the best kind of big reveal at the end for a crazy murder mystery twist. And also just some bloodier kills, man. Some great long chase scenes that build suspense that end in like just disaster, people getting ripped to shreds essentially. It like if Art the Clown actually like raced after his victims, that's like what I would want to go for with Ghostface. I think that would be a lot more fun. Not like Art the Clown like tortures his victims, not that far. But I would want like a little more gruesome kills, like a little more gore or something after we get through a chase, because the chase, the build up, the suspense, that's so important with Scream, or how Ghostface hunts. But I want a little more than just knife in the face and then it's over or something, like I want just something a little crazier than that once the chase is over, once Ghostface is caught up. Anyways, Riker Monson throwing $2 out there. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the stream, and I hope you're excited for Scream 7. Thanks for hanging out with us. CJ Vibes is saying apparently for the opening it was filmed at Stu's real house, and when it was in flames it was a set. Oh, okay, sick. I'm just curious, do you have a source? Like do you have like pictures or something? Let us know, CJ. I'm curious if you know anything about all that fun stuff, because I'm very curious. I'm a curious little fella. I'm a curious cat, one might say. Riker Monson is throwing $5 out there again. Riker, thank you so much for the support. Saying, hey, Jake, how do you feel about the hate surrounding the film before it's released? It's crazy to me how people are judging just based on a trailer. In terms of like the trailer quality, here's what I'll say. I said this a little earlier. I personally was really blown away by what I saw in today's trailer. I was really happy with it. I can totally understand the argument of people who are saying it looks run of the mill, though. It looks like exactly what you'd expect from a new Sydney movie. It's set in small town USA again. It's it's following her family this time around, opposed to newer, maybe more interesting characters. Maybe that's the argument. Here's my thing though. Like we've known for years now that this was going to be a Sydney story. I was completely and utterly prepared for a lot of those things in the trailer. And I don't mind that. I think there's at least one more Sydney story you can juice out of this fruit, in my humble opinion. After this, now that the family has been introduced, it's okay. Maybe you're pushing it, to do any more. But honestly, I'm really vibing with this. I especially love what we're getting in the opening scene, which is very clearly all that stuff at Stu's house. That looks like it's going to be badass. Burning down the house, like that's a statement, dude. If you're going to connect to the original and you're going to commit to that, you got to have a good reason to do it. You know what I mean? That is you got to have a good reason to connect to the original, and this to me is such a statement doing it that way. It's so intense, it's so in your face, and what does a sequel need to do to stand out, to try to top what came before it? It has to be more intense, it has to be more outrageous, and I feel like we're getting a lot of that energy in here, which is what Scream needs to do, for it to continue, or to tell another Sydney story again, especially. So I'm personally really vibing with it. I understand, I think a lot of people really wanted more of the core four. They really wanted more of like, let's take the story down a different direction. I do too, if I'm being honest, but I can't judge this movie off of that. I feel like it's not fair to say, well, this movie isn't this or that or the other, but this is a Sydney focused Scream. I'm going to judge it based off of that. I'm going to judge it based off of what it's going for. I feel like that's the only real fair way to judge it. I see a lot of, reviews for movies where they're like, well, this ghost movie wasn't a slasher, like things like that. And I'm like, I feel like that's not a really fair way to review it. It sounds like maybe you just don't like those kinds of stories, and that's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion, but like, I just feel like a lot of reviewers will, kind of throw something at a movie that like it clearly wasn't even ever going for that, So I don't know. I feel like I'm judging this movie as a Sydney story in the Scream universe. Are they going to do that to the best of their ability? So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? In terms of the Sydney stories, these are 1 through 4. I don't think we've ever seen it get this dark. Like, I think there's a lot of parallels to Scream 6 and Scream 5, especially, in this trailer. But I think that's actually weirdly going to make this one stand out, even though it will be similar to the last 2 flicks we got. It's focusing on Sydney again, but maybe approached in that modern style that we got from the last 2 flicks. So like I've been saying throughout a lot of my coverage of Scream 7, I think this is going to be like the merging and the best of both worlds from the Scream universe. What we loved about like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6 coming together for this film. And that's why I think it's going to stand out. So does some things look run of the mill right now? Sure. But I think by the time we get to this movie's release, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm speculating that I think we're going to see a lot of new stuff, a lot of fresh ideas implemented with a character that, a lot of people I think are burnt out on, because there is just so many stories already in this universe with her. So let's see. I'm going to keep an open mind moving forward. But Riker, thank you for the 5. I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a lot of hate for this movie, unfortunately, just because of a lot of the history, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. And I think that's fair, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are choosing to hate on a movie rather than actually doing something about real world problems. They're more upset that, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird for saying this. Maybe it's controversial, but I'm bummed out that more people care about like, I'm not going to say that. I'm bummed out what happened with Melissa Barrera. It sucks. It's not good. But I think a lot of people are making this about something that it shouldn't be about. And if we did care about these things, we should go out and do something about them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go on the whole rant again. I did earlier. Go watch it. It's on the internet at this point. But I stand by those words, man. I feel like, there's a lot of people who are choosing to boycott this movie rather than actually do something about the problems they're pretending to care about. And that's my problem with the people who are choosing to boycott this film. I don't know. I don't think Spyglass is the best company by any means, but like, dude, if you want to do something about it, do something. Go donate money, share links for places where you can actually support and help. But I'll get off the soapbox. I shot him 6 times. Thank you, Marcus, for being with us tonight. Appreciate you a ton. Haven't watched it yet. Giving myself blue balls until I'm off of work to go live and watch it with the audience. You and Knight got me hyped though. Oh man, I hope I'm not spoiling it for you. Go watch it when you can and let us know your thoughts. It kicks ass. It's great. It's a really fun trailer. So I hope you enjoy it, my friend. Marcus, thank you for the 5. Thank you for the support, dude. I know you're going to love it. I know as a big Scream fan, you're really going to vibe with this one. So thank you for being with us. Appreciate you a ton. Hey, Christine, this is really fucking cool. I didn't see this until now. I'm so sorry. Mike from We Watched a Movie did a nice tribute to Craven in his trailer reaction. That is so awesome. Rock on. Very good stuff. We watched a movie. Mike is awesome. So much love to them. That's really cool to see them paying some respects to Craven. That's great stuff. I know they had a big tweet about it as well. They put out some really nice words about our fallen friend, and that makes me really happy. So that's wonderful to hear, Christine. I'm gonna have to watch that right after the stream. That's great to hear. We should write to the film and ask them to do some sort of dedication to Craven. That would be really cool. That would be wonderful. And something that Craven used to say, this is his words. I'm not making this up. We had coined the phrase Core 4 on the Lethal Collective, and it came from him specifically. And then the movie comes out, Scream 6, a year later. And here's Chad saying, guys, we're the Core 4. And I'll never forget this. Steven, one of the first things he texted me after we all saw that movie was, they fucking stole my thing. He didn't say that because he would never swear. He was an angel. But he was always a little fiery about that. He's like, dude, they should have given me a writing credit on this because they said Core 4 in there and everything. And we've been saying that for a year now, which I thought was awesome. That was just so funny to me. But it would be cool if Craven got some sort of credit on this movie. I know he would have loved it. Whatever this thing is going to end up being, I know he would have really vibed with it. So I'm really excited to see it, and maybe we can make something like that happen. That would be wonderful. I think if we can get the whole community together, we could make something like that happen. That would be amazing. I might reach out to Mike and and everybody and see if we see if we can figure that out. If we get all our heads together in a room, maybe we can make it happen. Alex Lazarly is throwing 5 out there as well. Alex, thank you for your support. I greatly appreciate that. Do you think they will show Stu's face in the marketing? And how much screen time do you predict he'll have in the actual movie? It's a great question. I think here's my thing. I'm on the fence about Stu actually being alive, and I've said that quite a few times on the stream. But if you're going to announce an actor is going to be in the movie, if you're going to announce that Matthew Lillard is returning as Stu Macher in Scream 7, and then he doesn't show up, and then he's just, voice cameoing in this thing, pretending to be like AI, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm telling you that right now. This is where me and all the Stu truthers, this is where we agree, guys. Matthew Lillard better be on that fucking silver screen in February doing his little shtick as Stu, or I'm going to be upset. I'll right alongside you guys. I'm telling you that right now. You don't announce something like that and then you don't put him up on screen. That's going to be obnoxious and in a bad way. So, will he have screen time? God, I hope so. But what I'm speculating is hopefully it's a flashback to, the times before 1995 to 1996 time period. And maybe we learn a little something about like Stu's sister's relationship and, why she decided to become a killer 30 years later. So that's my guess as to how they're going to utilize Stu in this movie. I really hope that he's in the film, and I hope they don't show him in the marketing at all. I don't want to know until we see the movie in February if he's going to be on screen or not. So personally, I hope they don't show any of that in the trailer. I would rather it be a surprise one way, shape or the other. I'm saying a bunch of crazy words. Sorry, but I hope that he's a big surprise. I hope we don't know if he's actually in the film or not. Keep us guessing until the movie comes out. But Alex, thank you so much for the 5. I love the Stu love. Can't be hating on no Stu here. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for being with us. Appreciate you bunches. L Rose, you're saying, well, favorite in order is 1 through 6. You like them in release order, essentially. I can respect that. I can respect that. There's a lot of fun to be had with those first 3 films, especially. Some very good stuff in there for sure. Eric really likes the Creep Show beanie. I appreciate that. Thank you for being with us. Eric Joe Noyce, thanks for being here. I love Creep Show. Those movies are so much fun. Oh, I haven't watched those in a minute, dude. The real Ghostface is saying, what's your favorite scary movie? I mean, come on now. Scream is definitely up there. We love me some Scream. So that might be a really solid choice. No doubt, bro, says Marcus. Can't wait to link up for a live and discuss our thoughts more in depth as we break things down along the way. We'll have to have you on so we can talk a little bit about all this crazy stuff. We're going to get more stuff. You guys know. You guys know we're going to get more things to talk about in the next 4 months. It's going to be crazy. Hey, Val Janowski is also here. What's up, Val? How we doing? I screamed in the theater when I heard Core 4. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was just like, no way they did that. That's crazy. So I was pretty happy. Hey, Madison, my fiance is joining us. What's up? Did I see your text? I did not. I'm so sorry. My phone has been blowing up all day. Oh my God, your thing. Oh, okay. I might have to get off stream, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, actually, it might be at the front door. Is it at the front door? We had a package get delivered. Hang on. Everybody stay right where you're at. I'm going to run to the front door just real quick. Okay. I got it. Package secured. It was at the front door. No one stole it. Insert elevator music, Erica. Thank you so much for the elevator music. Greatly appreciate that. Oh, man, we made it happen. You got your stuff, Madison. All good. She ordered some really cool stuff, and we wanted to make sure no one, porch robbed it or nothing. That was fast as fuck, boy. I'm out of breath. I'm so out of shape, dude. It's crazy. I got to get back in the gym. It's been a crazy spooky season, so I have not had time to do nothing. Was I gentle with it? No, I threw it against the wall aggressively, and everything shattered inside. No, I'm kidding. Yes, it's all good. It's on our table. Were you gentle with it? That's so funny. Oh man, yeah, no, I made it happen. All good. It's safe. We're golden. Hey, Caitlin Jewell is with us saying, hi, I haven't been on in a while. Being pregnant, holy crap, congratulations. That's awesome. Being pregnant has been a lot, but I can't wait for Scream 7. Well, congratulations and very good stuff there. It's all good. No worries. That's totally understandable. I just hope you get to see the movie. Here you're not, not nothing too crazy going on in life where you're still able to get out and check it out. That's going to be fun. But seriously, congratulations. That's wonderful to hear. Lots of really fun stuff going on with Scream 7. The brand new, what is it? The trailer is out. So if you haven't seen that, Caitlin, give it a watch. You might have noticed that from the title of this stream. But yeah, there's a lot of fun things to talk about in that trailer. It's wild. Madison's like, I for sure thought he tossed it. No, I said it. It's all good. No worries. It's no, we're vibing with that. Ryshy guy wants to know what's in the box. Madison, can I tell them what's in there? Just a ton of butt plugs, like 100 butt plugs, glass butt plugs. That's all it is. Jordan Burns is saying, I understand that Stu and I just went right off of that. I was like, let's move past it. There we go. Jordan Burns is saying, I understand that Stu and Roman are back, but if Roman is for sure dead and Stu is alive, what's the whole point of Stu coming back if they already are planning for Scream 8? Like maybe Stu gets away. That's my question. That's kind of my question too. Like if they had just announced that Matthew was back, then I'd be like, oh, he's okay. He's alive. He could be alive. Sure. But like with Scott Foley being back and David Arquette, I'm just like, dude, these are characters we saw definitely die. I don't think they could be bringing all three of them back. If you think bringing Stu back is a stretch, that's something nuts. So I don't know. I just don't think I don't think any of them are alive. I just don't think that's the case. If it was just Matthew, different story. We'd have a different question, but different thing to talk about. Not So Slim Shady is saying, I'm definitely going to see if I can purchase a Ghostface animatronic like the one in the trailer next spooky season. That would be awesome. That would be dope. Definitely got to get one of those. Those are always fun. Elijah Thomas Jackson is saying, Scream comes out on my birthday. Going to be a very good birthday. Hell yeah, dog. That's awesome. Oh my God. Your birthday is the same day one of your favorite new movies comes out. I mean, that's wonderful. I had The Strangers Chapter 2 drop around my birthday this year, so I was not so fortunate. Madison is not happy with the butt plug comment. You can tell them what's actually in the box if they would like to know, and if you even remember what it is. It's it's Harry Styles brand pleasing stuff. And that's what I remember. That's what I remember what it is. So we're big Harry Styles fans in this house, damn it. Michael is throwing $2 out there. Michael, thank you for the support. Saying, I love the facial hair look on you, Jake. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm growing out a Gandalf beard. I'm going to be a horror wizard. That's what I've decided. I'm going to just become I'm going to change the name of this channel to Horror Wizard, I think, at some point. And I'm going to just wear like a crazy wizard hat with a long gray beard. So I'm getting it started now to make that happen. Erica's saying pleasing stuff ? That's the name of the brand. They also do sell sex toys, but that is not what we got. Just for the record, it's the fragrance trial thing with 5 different fragrances. I remembered it was something that smelled good. I just couldn't remember the exact wording, but yes, she got that. It's not a sex toy brand, even though it is kind of a sex toy brand. Anyways, let's get back to it. Viper Venom is saying it's not dropping on my birthday, but it is dropping on my birthday month at least. It's also my sister's birthday. It's coming out like a couple days after my sister's birthday, which is crazy. So we're all gonna have to go and check it out. It's nutty. It's a nutty time for a movie to be dropping. Camelot Films is saying Mark Consuelos at 209. Oh, is Mark Consuelos in the trailer too? Did I miss that? That's awesome. That'd be awesome. I'm going to be doing a ton of videos on this trailer for the next couple of weeks. Lex Cramden is saying, what's your favorite scary movie? Oh yeah, baby. It's me, Matthew Lillard. What's up, Matthew? How are you, Mr. Lillard? Surprise, Erica. I love this. What's up, Lex? How we doing? Welcome in. Imagine if there are 2 Ghostfaces, Stu's sister and his niece. Now that would be wild. It's the whole Mocker family. Now that would be crazy. Viper Venom is saying, you think we'll eventually get an international Scream movie? Possibly Sydney Goes on Vacation. and Ghostface follows her. I mean, maybe you could do like a and I know what you did last summer thing, you know, where it's like someone something crazy happens in like another country, and then like Ghostface is like, oh, I'm getting revenge for that. Why would you do this awful thing? I feel like you just couldn't do that with, like, I don't see Sydney taking like big crazy trips around the world, but I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Tom sent in a super chat, but then the message was retracted. Tom, what's happening there, buddy? I appreciate the support. I don't know why. Send your message out in the chat and we'll get to it, my friend. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Tom. I don't know what's going on. Jordan Burns is saying, so is there a specific setting for this Scream 7? We're getting a ton of... I was reading that and then it got deleted. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're moving on. Caitlin Jewell is saying, do you wish that Sydney's husband was Mark Kincaid from Scream 3? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. I love Mark Kincaid. Great character. I think that, for me at least, Mark Kincaid just makes more sense to be a part of, Sydney's life rather than anybody else. I feel like he was a person that made her feel like comfortable and safe. And I think that's like what she needs in a relationship. And I just don't know if I'm buying, old Joel McHale playing that role. I think that's a tough one for me to get into, but we'll see. Hey, we'll see what it's all about. Tom's throwing in $5. What's up, Tom? What's up? Thank you. Saying everyone will bow to the horror wizard. Sorry, I had a typo. Oh, you're good, dude. That's so funny. I'm going to get a big staff and a cape and everything. A cloak, I mean. I'm going to have a big, some sort of like blue cloak. Like, like a typical wizard, like how they look. I want to do that, but with a bunch of like horror characters all over it. It'll really be an insane show. That's when I finally lose my mind from doing this for too long. Like that's where it's going to go. That's what's going to happen. So I'm excited. The wizard beard, I think, is going to look nice. But yes, no, 100%. Tom, thank you for the $5. I greatly appreciate it. I can't wait for you guys to see how far the beard goes. I might actually, so this is something I've been thinking about, and I'll tell you guys this since like everyone is here. I might shave it right before I do the Scream 7 review video in February. So I have this all winter, and then right before spring, just shave it off. And then everyone will come to my review and be like, what happened to Jake? He looks so different. He looks like he lost a pound. That's crazy. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? It'll be crazy. It'll be a really funny time. Jay's got to get going. Thank you for hanging out, Jay. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for talking Scream 7 with us. Means a lot. We'll be talking more about it soon. You know what's up. Josh999 is saying Scream 7 trailer was peak. I'm still hyped about it and can't wait. Yes, it was. I'm very excited for more Scream, baby. It's exciting stuff. This franchise will never die. Love to see it. Granny Broker Back is saying, do you think the Ghostface cult is in this movie? I wouldn't be against a Ghostface cult by any means. I think you could do that and make it fun. Honestly, and this is a hot take. I know I was talking about how if there's less Ghostfaces, that's better. But I think you could actually do a Ghostface cult thing where there's like a central figure, and that's the one character you're trying to figure out who it is the whole time. But then the twist is that they have all these other followers with them. You know what I mean? They're just no-name extras. Like, who cares who they are? They're just a bunch of people in masks that take it off. So there's like 8 to 10 people all here, and there's one central like leader that they're loyal to, essentially. So that's the person you're trying to pick from the crowd. That's the person you're trying to find, but they have a whole like squad essentially that's running around, doing their bidding. That could be interesting to me. I wouldn't be against a Ghostface cult. I shot him 6 times is throwing $10 out there. Appreciate that a ton. Let's do that name right this time. I shot him 6 times. There we go. The Do will be revealed alive. I know it sounds nuts. I know it may even take a miracle. Woo. Ric Flair voice with elbow drop. Oh my God. But we didn't see his body wheeled out on that gurney in 5. So then the doctors the doctors told Sydney and Gail that their other friend died. Why would they? That's evil. Why would they do that? Why? Yeah, he's alive in the back room, but fuck you guys. He's dead. You know what I mean? Like that's so brutal. I don't know. I think the only way we could bring back old Dewdrop at this point is if we do like a Halloween 2018 style film where it's like it just erases all the movies, all the sequels, and we just go straight from the original. And I wouldn't mind that movie at all because you could have like everybody back and and then some. I mean, you could do a lot with that movie. You could bring whoever you wanted back. You could say anybody is still alive in this universe. You could easily say that Stu is alive without anyone questioning it. You know, Stu could have survived that if immediately after you write in that someone came in there and patched him up. You know, there's a chance. You know, there's a chance that could be the case with a messed up face. So I just don't know. Do drop though. Is he still alive? I don't know. I think I miss him. You know, I miss him a ton. He's a great character. But it would take a miracle, like you said. Marcus, thank you for the 10 though, my friend. I greatly appreciate the support. I miss Dewey every single day, baby. Miss him a bunch. Thank you for the 10 though. Jason Fitzpatrick is saying, is that trailer for real? It is. Yes, there's a real trailer out right now. No AI or fake trailers. There's a brand new for real trailer, and it looks pretty crazy. I'll tell you what. Ty is saying you probably won't be on in a couple hours, so I'll enjoy now on my break. Thanks for being with us, Ty. Yeah, I'm probably going to be off, and I'm going to go the full 2 hours, I think. And then we're gonna be settling down here. I will be live again with the Night Watch Zone tonight at 7:00. So definitely stop on by for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely going to be chatting some more Scream 7, of course. So stop on by. David Telling is saying, Jake, can you explain? So I swear the writers were Guy Busick and James, but now they have announced that Kevin is a writer as well and rewrote it. Oh, shit. Is that for real, dude? Wait, hang on now. Let me pull this up. Just real quick. Because now I need to see that. I wasn't even looking at the credits. I wasn't even thinking about that. Do we have writer-director credits on here? No. Hang on. Okay. See, if that's true, that's crazy. That's nutty to me. So, screenplay by Guy Busick and Kevin Williamson. Yes, that's true. Oh my God. Yeah, guys, Kevin Williamson is writer-director now. Ooh. No way. Oh shit. This is exciting. Damn. Well, I think that has a lot of people. That's probably gonna have a lot of people really excited. Let me tell you. That's nuts. We did not know about that until recently. So Kevin did a rewrite of the script. That's really promising. I'll tell you what, he has not, like, in my opinion, I really like a lot of his writing when it comes to the Scream movies. So that's pretty awesome. There's really only one. I mean, the ending of Scream 2, I think, is the only thing I don't like, and that's not even really his fault. So that bodes really well, dude. That bodes really well. I'll tell you what. That has not been confirmed until just now, by the way, everybody. So just for the record, Kevin did do a rewrite on the script. That's wild. That's some really wild stuff there. Man, that kind of my whole thoughts on the film now are totally different, if I'm being honest. Not that I dislike Guy's writing. I just think that Kevin knows how to do some more interesting stuff when it comes to all this. Anyways, Jordan Talks Films is throwing $2 out there saying, is the Black Phone 2 better than the OG? Did you see my first? Oh my God, wait, did I miss your first super chat? I'm so sorry, dude. Wait, hang on. We're going back, baby. Am I missing chats? I'm crazy, Jordan. Thank you for the love. I might have missed it. I'm so sorry. Is the Black Phone 2 better? I think it is. No, I don't think it is. I thought we were talking about a different sequel. Black Phone 2, it's a really solid movie, and I think it's a really good time if you guys haven't seen it yet. But ultimately, I think I liked the original better. Black Phone 2, still a really good sequel, really good watch. And I think if you haven't seen it yet, definitely give it a try. But my biggest thing about it is I just feel like a lot of the emotional stuff that landed for me in the original Black Phone didn't hit as hard in Black Phone 2. So that was kind of my one big thing. Performances are there, some great kills, some really brutal over the top moments. You're going to get that in Black Phone 2 for sure. But I think I like the original just ever slightly better, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Jordan, I'm so sorry if I missed your other super chat. I feel so bad, dude. I've been trying to get to all of them. I thought I caught it, but maybe I missed it. I don't know. Everything is going so fast right now. But Jordan, thank you for the love, my friend. Thank you for being here. And I just really appreciate your support, dude. If you got any other questions, we'll get to them. Well, I'll prioritize them. Granny and her broken back is saying, am I the only one who thinks that Ghostface sounded different? Ghostface definitely had a different intonation or whatever from RL. Oh my God. From what's his face? I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, guys. I'm spiraling right now. There's so many thoughts going through my head. Yeah, I think he always gives like a different spin to the Ghostface voice, just because he's trying to like imitate who the killer is. Like if you go back and you watch all the movies, like they all kind of have a different, like a little bit of a different vibe every single time. 5 is one of the first times I really noticed it, because he's really trying to sound like Richie. And there's a way that his voice flows that I thought was really interesting to me throughout that entire movie. So yeah, no, Ghostface definitely sounded a little different, a little like older, and he talked a little slower too, which I thought was interesting. Like he was saying like, no, not yet. You know, it was slower paced. It didn't make me think of Stu, that's for sure. Stu would have been how crazy I talk, like is fast and insane and whoa, whoa, you know? So it's somebody else. It's got to be somebody else out there. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Dustin Kimball is saying he sounds like he has a raspy voice. Kind of almost sounds like he has something to help him breathe. I think it is definitely like an older character, somebody who was around during the events of the original for sure. Jordan is saying, apparently I missed you reading it. My apologies, with another super chat. Jordan, you're fine. Dude, it's all good, dude. I'm so sorry. That bums me out. You know, that always sucks. So no, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support of the page, dog. If it's in there, it's in there. That's what I'll say. Julian is saying, so anyone else does anyone else in love with how that opening scene played out? Yes. Dude, that opening scene was over the top and crazy. I'm really vibing with it. Definitely going to be a vibe. Definitely going to be sick as fuck, for sure. Loved how we have Michelle Randolph on the swinging from the chandelier and then falling onto the knife. That's great. I love that. That's over the top. That's crazy, dude. Josh999 is saying, what's your thoughts on the mask they used in Scream 7? You might not notice a difference like me and the other Ghostface mask nerds, but I think it looks good. Had to grow on me though. Yeah, it's just kind of standard old mask. That was kind of the vibe I got from it, essentially. I will say the Scream 6 mask, I love the cracked, you know, nasty looking mask. I thought that was fun. So I don't know. I'm not against going back to like the OG look by any means, but I think I kind of just miss, I just kind of liked the variation in Scream 6. Oh my God, Tom, thank you for the 5, dude. Yeah, Roger L. I couldn't think of that. I was thinking R.L. Jackson. Like that's all that was going through my brain. Dude, I've been talking like crazy for like 2 hours. So like my brain is burnt. my brain is on fire right now. Yeah, just racing through talking about all this fun stuff. I think I'm going to get off stream here in a couple minutes, but I want to get to a few more chats. Tom, thank you for the 5, dude. Roger's amazing. He deserves some love. So I think he was once again lended himself to this movie in a great way. Has some great vocal work done, and I can't wait to see it all in action. Blue Scarlet is also here saying, hey, Jake, I wanted to ask you, what do you think that maybe it might be Stu's sister in the 7th movie, and then maybe towards the end of the movie, we see Stu is alive, and he won't be in it until Scream 8. I think we're for sure getting Stu's sister. I'll say that. We're definitely getting a connection to Stu. We're building on top of that legacy without a doubt. Will Stu be alive? You know, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what's up. The big thing that I worry about with bringing back a past Ghostface is that if there's not a murder mystery in this film and we're just bringing back Stu, he's just a dead character that somehow miraculously returned. I just feel like the franchise is not going to be Scream anymore. It's going to turn into something it's not. And Scream to me is a series that it needs to be a murder mystery. It's somebody new behind the mask every single time. That's what makes Ghostface stand out from the other slashers out there, is that it's somebody new with a brand new motive and a new reason to kill. So like for me, if you take that away from Ghostface, he's kind of just your average slasher. There's nothing that makes him different or special by any means. And I would just kind of hate that. I love Stu, but I just think if you're making a Scream movie, you got to have a murder mystery. You got to have a new person behind the mask. When we start doing that, and like, listen, if that movie gets made, it'll make $1 million gajillion. I don't know what the reviews will look like, but it'll make, a lot of money, a whole bunch of money if they bring back a dead killer like that, because nostalgia sells. But that's what the franchise is going to be moving forward. They'll bring back Mrs. Loomis. They'll bring back Billy from the dead. They'll bring back Jill. They'll bring back Roman. They'll bring back Richie, for Christ's sake. And that's all the movies will be moving forward. They'll just mine that until the end of time. And man, I don't know. I want a new killer every single time. I want to dive into something fresh. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. I don't want this franchise to just get into that repetitive cycle. I think there's just so much more that the series can still do with like new characters under the mask and with new motives. And that's kind of just I guess that's what I'm hoping for more than anything. But, no, I do appreciate the chat though. And I definitely think Leslie Mocker is the killer. I'm pretty sold on that. Which Scream movie is your favorite? I think the original will always be the best. I don't think anything's ever topping the original Scream movie by a mile. I love the sequels. They're fun. And I don't think there is a bad Scream movie so far. But for me, the original Scream, it's just what it did to the genre. And in terms of like writing, I think it's a perfect movie. I love it. It's a 10 out of 10. All the sequels are fun. But they oftentimes will dive into soap opera territory, which just doesn't work for me so much. So, not all the time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But it's that original variable volumes hitting on it. It was lightning in a bottle. It's a very special film, I feel. And the sequels have been a great time. I'll see all of them, but I don't think anything's ever topping that original. So CJ Vibes is saying the mask in Scream 7 when he turns around with a knife. The eye on the left looks slightly smaller. Reminds me of a Gen 1-2 mask. But besides that, it looks like a standard mask in the trailer. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. I'm not 100%. It kind of just gave me, regular Scream vibes, regular Scream mask vibes. Jason Dyer is saying we don't need Scream to be a Scooby-Doo mystery movie for it to be good. And yeah, I don't know about that. I want a murder mystery. I for sure want a new killer underneath the mask, or else I just feel like Ghostface isn't even Ghostface anymore. But I think the franchise has dived into Scooby-Doo territory too many times, where it just gets a little too silly. Sometimes, not all the time, but every now and then there's some silliness. But I don't know. I need a murder mystery personally. I think that's just, it's like not having meta commentary. You know what I mean? That's what Scream is, baby. I need a little bit of that. I need a little bit of that if we can. Julian is saying, I already saw it as Scream's worst is top 3 for any other horror franchise. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're saying like the worst from Scream is just like top 3 from any other series. For me, all 6 of these movies rock. I love them all. There's only few franchises which I feel have a lot of consistency like that. And Evil Dead is another one. Evil Dead, Scream. I really think these 2 franchises hit that big time. Not too many others. There's almost a stinker in every other horror franchise out there, at least one, Saw is so close to not having any stinkers, but unfortunately there's at least one in there for me that I'm just not crazy about. But yes, a Scream and Evil Dead, these are very rare franchises that really everything about them I think hits. For Misery Gaming, it is still a murder mystery if it's Leslie Mocker, because we don't know that Anna Camp is Leslie Mocker. Is it still a murder mystery in Scream 2 just because Billy's mom is the killer? You know what I mean? Like, we didn't know it was Billy's mom. We're not going to know it's Leslie Mocker from the get-go. Anna Camp's probably going to be hidden in plain sight is going to be my guess. But I would rather get an obvious murder mystery than something that changes the format of Scream forever, because that's what bringing back Stu, that's what it'll do. You won't get any more murder mysteries. You won't get any more Scream films. It'll just be, you guys, the whole movie will be about remembering something from the past. And for me, I would rather just put in Scream 4 again if I want to hang out with Jill. I would rather just put in the original Scream again if I want to hang out with Stu. So that's just my thoughts. But I don't know. A lot of people want to see Stu come back, and hey, I respect it. Stu's a great killer, but I want new people. I want to see new stories told in this franchise. I think that's the point of a good sequel. Joseph is saying, just to clarify, the chance of Stu being the killer has to be 0. It should be logical or ? I don't think it's 0. I definitely don't think it's a 0% chance. I don't want it to happen personally, but in terms of will it actually happen in this film, I don't think it's 0 at all. There's a lot of hinting that Stu could be alive in the trailer. So it's no, it could happen. It definitely could happen, but I don't know. I don't want it to happen. I would be bummed out. I'd be like, man, I was looking at all these characters and then you sucker punched me at the end with, oh, it was Stu the whole time, you know? So that's just my thoughts though. Cruel ZV is saying, well, hello everyone. What's up, dog? Welcome in, welcome in. Daniel is saying, I just noticed in the trailer that we can hear Dewey's voice. Yes, that is totally Dewey's voice. And I think it would be cool if that was a phone call to Gale as well. I'm 100% totally with you for that. That would be terrifying. I think it would also work with Sydney, but more so with Gale, right? So yeah, no, 100% would love to see how that all goes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I need a nap. It's been a long day already. But guys, thank you for the support. Thanks for hanging out with us. Greatly appreciate you a ton. I hope you all enjoyed the Scream 7 trailer, and we will absolutely be doing much more coverage of that on this page moving forward. So you will see a ton more videos on Scream 7 moving all the way into next February. So I'm really excited for all that. And thank you guys for supporting this page for as long as you have. It's been a pleasure covering all these new Scream movies with you guys. And again, we will be live doing the Kill Zone over on the Nightwatch Zone's channel tonight at 7. It's going to be a real fun time. Check it out. Check out the gaming channel as well. We'll be streaming, playing some Repo on Halloween night. We'll be live again tomorrow on this page. And guys, as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out. Stay safe, everybody.